Questions and comments? The Honourable Deputy House Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a very specific question for the Leader of the Opposition, and I would ask that he listen and try to provide a direct answer to this, because I think it's really important, and it pertains to the substance of his motion. So his motion says that the average Canadian will save $670 between now and Labor Day. Now, if you look at the carbon tax, that's 17.6 cents. The federal gas tax is 10 cents. So if you put GST on there, it's 29 cents. So in order to save $670 for the average Canadian, they would have to drive between now and Labor Day 25,842 kilometers. To put that in perspective, Mr. Speaker, if you were to drive from the North Pole to the South Pole, you would still have over 5,000 kilometers left over. You would have to drive 272 kilometers per day between now and Labor Day. Can the member explain where he plans to travel that would account to 272 kilometers per day starting today between now and Labor Day?
The Honourable Leader of the Official Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, I think the member got confused. He was actually looking at the manifest that lays out the Prime Minister's international island-trotting vacations. And that's where he got all of these numbers. It's his leader that travels those distances to vacation on private billionaire islands in the Caribbean. It's his leader that loves to globetrot around the world to various tax havens where he can enjoy a vacation. We're talking about Canadians enjoying a camping trip by saving 35 cents a litre on diesel, on gas, getting rid of the carbon tax, and then the tax on the tax. This is the one thing he didn't even acknowledge, is that not only do they tax gas, but then they do a carbon tax, and then they do the GST on those two other taxes. The compounding effect of those taxes drives up hundreds of dollars in taxes that Canadians pay every single year. That member thinks it's not enough. He wants to quadruple the carbon tax. We will decide in the carbon tax election what happens.